Before you begin, you may wish to find yourself a comfortable, safe space where you know you will not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted, not be interrupted. Welcome to our second ever card pull for the week from the Rebel Heart Tarot, the new deck created by myself, Alice Grist, and illustrated and created by Niki Cotton, who is also on this call with me. And we are going to pull a card for the week from the 10th of October onwards. So really exploring whatever it is that's within your heart right now. So you might want to take a moment, just take a breath to think about your circumstances, anything that you are hoping for, anything that's worrying you. And the card that I am going to pull will reflect something back to you for you to sit with, to be with, to contemplate as you move through the coming week. And of course, a little reminder that Rebel Heart Tarot is now available for pre-order, and you will be able to receive that at the start of December worldwide. So I'm going to give them a little shuffle. Yeah. Oh, hi, Niki.
Hi. Sorry, I'm just mesmerized by watching you shuffling there.
I'm going to start charging.
Might see all the images coming up.
Yeah. So that's like your little sneaky peek into what the cards may look like in your hands when you are using them, when you pre-ordered them and they've arrived. And that's the beautiful back. What was that back based on, Niki? Was it magpie feathers?
With magpie feathers, although somebody will probably tell me they weren't magpie feathers and they were something else, but I've always associated them with magpie feathers that had been left over a two-day period, a right and a left feather. So it felt really fortuitous that I came back to from my walk, both same time on 2 days, and then they ended up becoming a piece of work and developed basically almost into a logo. I use them on everything because I love them.
Oh, they are gorgeous. So I'm now going to choose this card. This is our card for us all to sit with, to be with. If you find this card particularly meaningful or poignant right now, please do let us know in the comments. We will be around to kind of reflect with you on what this card might mean for us all culturally, as a team, as a unit, and also individually. So this is one of the first cards that I think Niki created. We have the Knight of Cups. Give us a thoughts on that, please, Niki.
The Knight of Cups now, if I remember rightly, this is me trying to remember what you were talking to me about as we shuffle through the Rolodex. And yeah, it's a sort of charming character who's a bit cheeky, playful. It's the cup full of pom-poms rather than tea. The teapot with the rabbit head on it instead of a normal teapot. It's just a little bit silly. Take a bit of your own kind of silliness and kind of take it forward, I would say, and put your glad rags on and step your best foot forward.
Yeah, I guess with the Knight of Cups, when I was younger, I used to see it as kind of this a player kind of character, someone who's going to mess with your heart. As I've got older, I'm kind of thinking, what's wrong with playing, in terms of if everybody's being honest and upfront and having open expectations or shared expectations, then play is one of the most wonderful things that we can do, so long as we're not going around harming other people. So the Knight of Cups is coming in perhaps with that energy of youthful experimentation, of emotional exploration. Shall I read from the book for this card?
Yes.
I think many people find like the knights, the princesses, the kings, and the queens quite tricky cards to interpret.
Yeah, they are. I really get stuck on the court cards.
They're awkward, and I think people are kind of wanting to attribute them to somebody else. So you find like, is this my partner? Is this my friend? Is this my wife, my husband, whatever? But actually, I think the most powerful thing we can do with the tarot card is take it personally. So what is this actually saying about me? And that's a really great way to start to learn and explore the cards. So obviously with this deck, there's quite a chunky little book filled with my words and my warblings. So I will read to you what I wrote about the Knight of Cups. Keywords: spectacle, sexuality, attraction, and new passions. imagery, an individual with a disco ball head and wings stands confidently holding a teapot and an overflowing teacup and saucer. Rose quartz underpins them. The Knight of Cups is full of passion, attitude, and their own power. They enjoy the thrill of the chase, the magic of connecting minds and bodies, embarking on adventure and the lure of the unknown. The Knight of Cups speaks to the frivolities and fascination of love, adventure, new ideas, and emotional discovery. This knight is on a quest to conquer new experiences. These interactions and ventures act as catalysts to growth, exploration of self, and magical interactions into passions and lust. This character has a liberated approach to life. The Knight of Cups is an opportunity to truthfully examine yourself and recognize if the excitement of a new start seems weighty enough to explore further. If it is, are you truly ready, or does commitment fall short of the next shiny object or opportunity? Allow yourself permission to explore the terrain of life while committing to growing your truth and connecting to the burgeoning wisdom of your heart. So within this book, which is unusual for tarot decks, is I've also provided a personal prompt and an affirmation. So the personal prompt for our week is, as I adventure through life, how can I find a sense of wholeness and stability within? So that kind of references the idea that we're on an adventure, we're on a journey, we're playing, but how can we do so from a place that feels solid and true to us? And the power affirmation is, I give myself permission to experience all that life has to offer. I give myself permission to experience all that life has to offer. And how many of us are not allowing ourselves to experience things that we could be for whatever reason? You know, we're worried about the calories, or we're worried about leaving the kids behind, or we're worried about upsetting somebody else, or, you know, messing with cultural expectations. What do you think, Nikki? You give us your reflections.
I was going to say, and that is why you're the tarot queen. And that's why I make the pictures. Because actually what you've written there is just perfect, isn't it? I also think the thing I would add is that kind of rose quartz underfoot is to go forward with love with what you do. So if you go forward with integrity and love, then I think it's that you can be playful with it at the same time, whilst you're exploring.
Absolutely. I love that.
Pom-poms in the teacup and rose quartz underfoot, and it's about kind of going forward with love and a bit of laughter, and just not taking yourself too seriously and not taking everything so seriously, because I think there is that feeling, isn't there, with life the way it is at the moment. It feels so heavy and it feels so serious, and actually it's quite nice to be able to just be a bit playful with what you're doing and how you're doing it, and a bit lighter, and yeah, not to take everything so seriously, maybe.
Yeah, I love that reflection. I think there's so much truth in that, because you have this person in this suit, suited and booted, but they're pouring themselves a drink of pom-poms and they've got a disco ball for their head. You know, whilst we might show up to our work and our lives like as we mean business, how can we like add an edge of fun, frivolity, love, laughter, and like you say, coming from this place of rose quartz, which is the pure essence of love. How can we let that vibrate through everything that we do this week? So I think it's a really gorgeous, powerful card that will have us perhaps exploring our lives in ways that maybe we don't normally allow ourselves. So enjoy that, everybody. And we will be back next week with another tarot card pull. Please let us know how the Knight of Cups has given you some food for thought in the comments below, and we will reply. Please subscribe, and we'll be back again next week with another card. And just a reminder that Rebel Heart Tarot is now open for pre-orders worldwide. So you can get it through the usual obvious places. You can order it at your local bookseller and help spread the word. And you will be receiving those decks around the 8th of December. So we're heading in that direction soon, and I can't wait to see these cards in your hands. Otherwise, see you next week.
See you next week. Subscribe.
Yes, subscribe.